Hello and welcome. Silrace here with Conan Exiles. And this is kind of a quick episode because I am basically here just to announce an end to this whole archery play. We are resetting this server in, waiting for Age of Sorcery to come by and then starting fresh on this server. Basically, I am the one on the server who loses the most out of this. I am the most established player on the server. So I don't mind. I have experienced what I wanted to experience with this particular character and build I went for, which is this whole, how viable is archery if that is your main weapons type. Now granted, I did use a couple other weapons along the way, mostly that one-handed axe when I, had to, basically. But generally I have been using nothing but archery this entire time. And I have enjoyed it. I have okay, but let's go somewhere where there is light and so on to continue this conversation, this particular talk. Now, I have enjoyed this whole archery bad. I have enjoyed it quite a bit. However, I have not enjoyed it more than I have enjoyed using two-handed weapons in this game. I don't think I will return to using archery as a primary weapon again. Unless there is some massive changes to archery in the Age of Sorcery update, which is a possibility, I don't know at this time. Unless there is like massive changes to archery, like I said, I don't see myself ever using it as anything but a backup weapon again. Because while it is fun, there are downsides to it. Like, one of those downsides is trying to fight multiple enemies on flat terrain, especially enemies which are faster than you, so that they can catch up to you. Because, with a two-handed weapon, you can have area effect attacks, you can have proper cripple or stacking cripple, which you can, then use to kite the enemies. You have more range. With a sword and a shield or mace and a shield or whatever, you have much more defensible playstyle and so on. It is not to my liking to use archery. The other issue I have with archery is that where it is at its finest is for basically exploiting the game's AI, because the AI obviously cannot climb, it cannot do a whole lot of other things. For example, by the time you are max level and you have proper archery build, the enemy archers do not outdamage you. You can always outtrade them at range. So, for example, that place there, City of Relic Hunters, if you have watched this whole thing, you have seen me abuse the AI so much with a bow. Like, climb on top of a building and shoot at things which are below me, which will never be able to reach me, that sort of thing. So that's how you make archery strong, and I don't really enjoy that as far as playstyle goes. I find it a little cheap and a little annoying to do. And also, it does get a little boring, because the only activity you do is possibly hide from archers and mostly just, stand at the very edge of a building and shoot down at things which are wandering around underneath you, wait for them to reset, because that's what they do, and then continue shooting down at them again. I find that, while it's effective, granted it's obviously effective, I find it really boring as far as play styles go. And I don't, I prefer to have fun when I play games. So I will likely return back to my two-handed ways eventually, once we restart this on our server and the whole Age of Sorcery thing. If I get lucky, this video actually comes out somewhere close by where Age of Sorcery is either just come out or is just about to come out. I don't know at this time when I'm recording this. That I haven't actually checked for a little while now. Is there an actual release date already for Age of Sorcery? Last time I looked, it just said Q3 of 2022, and I haven't looked since then. So there is that. Anyway. Hopefully you have learned something watching me play. Hopefully you'll learn something about archery. I have figured out if this is something you want to do and whatnot. Or if you're, you know, just want an easy way to get thralls, you grab a bow and blunted arrows and stand on a rooftop and shoot down on things. That should work for basically everybody. You don't have to be an archer build to do that. Anyway. Another complaint I have for the archery build is obviously on the fact that bloody heck arrows are heavy. Like you go through them so fast and they are so bloody heavy that you're really not carrying a crazy amount of them at once. Like, not in the slightest. So there is that. Now, granted, early on I had some problems making arrows because feathers are not exactly the most easy thing to come by. You have to specifically go and find for them. As in find creatures which either drop feathers or then try to hunt bearers which have a chance to drop feathers from the bearer packs. Those are the two main sources I have so far found on getting a lot of feathers going. But once you get a few levels and you know where to go to get your feathers, easy way to make a lot of arrows, obviously. So, like, the number of arrows is not the issue. The fact is that they are bloody heavy. So, there is that. You're not going to do a whole lot of, you know, let's go kill things and skin them and so on when your inventory is full of arrows. So that's an issue. That is an issue you know, a one-hander or a two-hander does not actually have. The weapon weighs the same thing, and it doesn't weigh as much as you know, having both a bow, and a bunch of arrows does. Like, if you look at this is 5.27. You can have two of these for one goddamn set of 100 arrows. Anyway. Hopefully this was enjoyable watching, like I said. Hopefully you'll learn something. Hopefully you'll figure out if archery is something you want to try for yourself or not. But I don't see myself returning to archery personally, like I said. And I will see you folks next time with more Conan Exiles. And I will return to Conan Exiles once Age of Sorcery comes. When this whole, you know, we are starting fresh on the server, once the server has been completely refreshed and reset and whatnot, and also mess around with some of the settings as well. There are a few things we wanna change and so on. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully this was enjoyable.